Hi Capricorn, welcome to your Empress reading for 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life, and this is for the whole of 2020. We're journeying through the zodiac, and as part of the Fool's journey, we come to the Empress, and we're taking a look at what needs nurturing in your life, maybe what's coming along to nurture you. Okay, we had stability when I said that, just saying. Stability and legacy and connection and fulfillment in a solid connection with someone. So, good to know. Anyway, this is taking a look at how you can best nurture yourself and your relationship, and how you can best be nurtured for the year 2020. And this may also represent yours or your person's moon, rising, or Venus sign. All right, Capricorn, what do we got here for the Empress reading for Capricorn? Much shuffling off camera as well. Okay. Can you see that? Yeah, 9 of Wands. All right. Somebody's not messing around. 10 of Wands. Queen of Wands, Aries. 5 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. Can we? No, we're going to leave it right there. Okay, all right. The World. Yeah, you can see that. Queen of Swords. So we got Aries, we got Libra here. All right. The Hermit, that could be Virgo. And the 9 of Cups. All right. So it feels like you're going to have to kind of safeguard your position. You're going to have to be very strategic. For the Capricorns I'm reading for, you're still in connection with somebody, but you need to be, it's almost like they are kind of moving to the outer circle. Like it's like you feel like they're not who you thought they were, or that you're needing to be strategic about your involvement with them. It's like you're having to play things close to the vest. That you need to be guarded from them, or that you need to guard, whereas once you were kind of an open book with this person, you're starting to feel like you need to be kind of self-protective. Okay. So is this, you know, I gotta say, across the board, a lot of these have been about people needing to nurture themselves. Like there's that part of themselves that they're starting to forego for the sake of a relationship, and that needs to be reined back in. So just saying, you're not alone here, and this is like a running theme here, is that before the relationship is nurtured, quite apropos, and obviously we need to nurture ourselves, and this is no different. This is you needing to take a break and to start to disengage, because this connection with this person is a lot of work for you. Not that they're bad. This could be somebody that you're kind of nursing back to health, or this could be just your family needs you a lot. There's just a lot going on, but you're going to have to set the boundaries yourself, because the need is not going away. So whatever you've been sort of doing with your person, their need is not going to go away. So you're going to have to start safeguarding your own interests and your own needs, because they're not in a position right now where they can really fulfill your needs, your partnership needs. And it's not that they're, at this point, it's not like you want to end it with them, but at the same time, you're having to pull back strategically here. And it would be very beneficial for you to start making some decisions about future involvement with them, even like basically changing the rules of the game, because you can't keep doing what you've been doing with them. It's simply taking too much out of you. Because you've got to slow down. You've got to. Everybody around you, everywhere you look, is they're wanting something from you, and it's just too hard. And you've been giving everything your all, and you're depleted, and you need someone else to take the reins here, to show some initiative and some just, you know, some effort. And until they do, it would be very wise for you to safeguard your energy output to this, because you're exhausted. You need a break. You and Taurus, you two need a break. Okay. And this, honestly, this comes down to boundaries. This is about your person needing to have boundaries, or needing to kind of reinvent the rules for their own game or their own life, so that they don't need so much from everybody else or everything else. And again, this could be somebody going through it and really, you know, kind of on the mend from something, and that's just going to take time. And there's going to be a learning curve for them also. But this is really saying how best to nurture yourself is to set boundaries. And your person also needs to figure out what's going to work for them and set their own boundaries. There's been this kind of big pile of need, and nobody knows what to do. So everybody's trying to do for everybody else, when it's like, you know what, need to pull back. People around you are best served when you are able to meet your own needs first. Okay. And that might involve, again, you making a decision, and having some just realistic, you know, just realistic perspective about this relationship. And because until your person sets boundaries and kind of looks at what they need to do for their own life, they're going to be needing from you and everybody else around them. And that's the relationship can't continue the way it once was. This is a turning point here. And it's going to be up to you to make the decisions for that, because it doesn't look like your person feels like they can. Like, it feels like they just feel like they're so busy, or just things are so chaotic, and they look to you for a source of strength and stability and compassion, and that's kind of starting to wear thin. So yeah. Oh, we got the Hermit here. Okay. All right, so what's this 10 of Wands about for Capricorn? How about I get into the reading, huh? What's this 10 of Wands about for Capricorn? 10 of Cups. Eesh. What's this Queen of Wands about for Capricorn? What's this Queen of Wands about? 8 of Wands. All right. What's this 5 of Swords? You know, it's kind of looking like you need some time to think about what your next move is going to be. What's this 5 of Swords? And there needs to be a realization of that, instead of just trying to, like, not wanting to deal with that, and you end up doing just the same thing you've always done, but expecting different results. And it's like it's been really difficult for you to take the time that you need to think about this relationship. And you need to do that this year. This year is you taking time for yourself first, and not just going through the motions to kind of preserve the status quo in hopes that it'll get better, that this is just temporary. It's not. This is the person that you're with has been through it, and they need to sort some things out, and you've been carrying the relationship, and it's exhausting. You need you back. So we got Queen of Wands with 8 of Wands. What's this 5 of Swords about? 5 of Wands. Yeah. Boundaries. Ooh, boundaries. Making some decisions and sticking to them, and having boundaries and defending them. It looks like, again, the large part of the relationship and the initiative and the effort and the drive and the direction has been reliant upon you. It's like someone's wanting to remain passive, but then if you're like, okay, well, let's go do this. They're like, no, I don't want to do that. You're like, okay, you wanted me to choose, so I'm choosing. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. Okay, well, how about this? I don't want to do that either. Well, what about this color? I don't like that color. Okay, why don't you pick? Oh, I don't want to pick. You pick. Like, that's maddening. That's so frustrating. No wonder you're exhausted. What's this 2 of Pentacles about for Capricorn? What's this 2 of Pentacles about for Capricorn? 2 of Wands. All right. You know what just kind of flew in here? For some of you Capricorns, be aware that your person might be considering reuniting with someone else. And I'm sorry, but this right here is looking like they're kind of needing to decide. And part of that is that there's something they're not telling you. And I think it involves either there's more to them needing more time. They're not all the way out of the woods yet. So either they're still in talks about reconciliation with someone else, or there's more to their health story than they're letting on, and they're needing more, or they're engaging more with someone. So if we're talking about reconciliation, they're actually considering it, and there's a lot more talking going on about that than you've been made aware of, if you've been made aware of it all. And if this is a health issue for your person, they're not telling you certain parts. They know more than they're letting on, and everybody has a right to privacy. But if you're an integral part of their care and recovery, you kind of need to be let in on that. And so I think that was at the beginning when I was talking about that there's the kind of like you need to start shifting your inner circle, and this person might need to be on the outside of that because they're not letting you in all the way either. They've got some decisions to make and some boundaries. They need to choose a direction or a partner or a plan, and you cannot do that for them. And they're not going to be doing that anytime soon, it looks like. It looks like just round and round you both go. And it could be that they haven't been forthright with you about all that they know about a health condition or some sort of aftermath of a situation, or they very well could be in talks with reconciliation with someone else. So man, we got cards falling all over the place. All right. Oh, too many. Okay. There you are. Queen of Pentacles. What's this World card about? What's this World card about for Capricorn? Magician. Okay. Okay. Gemini, Virgo, or Aries. What's this Queen of Swords about? Could be Libra, Virgo. Okay, what's this Queen of Swords about? All right, what's this? So here's the thing, your partner's not budging. Your partner's not budging. You're gonna have to do this, Capricorn. Whatever you do, you're going to have to enact, because your partner has got their hands in 15 different pies and trying to manage all of them and trying to keep everybody. It's too much. It's too much. And you're trying to support them, and it's come to where they might be expecting that of you so they can manage everything else. And you're like, okay, this was supposed to be temporary. What about us? This is too much, Capricorn. This is too much. You need to safeguard your inner circle, push them out of the way, and start shifting your priorities and setting up boundaries. And whatever you decide, which it looks like it might be kind of an ending here, temporary, you're going to have to be the one to initiate and enact and then safeguard your privacy, because it's like if you set up boundaries, they don't want you to have boundaries unless it's for their benefit, unless you're protecting them because they don't feel like they can protect themselves. But if you want from them, get in line, because everybody's going to want from them. You know what I mean? This is someone that's really not able to prioritize the relationship right now. What's this Nine of Man? This Hermit. What's this Hermit about? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, good. What's this Nine of Cups? All right, the thing is that I think this kind of roped you in because you are a good person, and you can provide that stability for someone, and you do know how to problem solve, and you can make things happen. And this is someone that was in need of that, and you showed up, and you fell in love, and you care, because you do. That's who you are. And you need to pull that back in for yourself. You don't need this person to prove anything. Not that you did, but if you've been hanging on, hoping that things will change, they won't. If you've been hoping that this was temporary and that your example or modeling of how to be stable and to get stuff done and resolve things was an inspiration, it might have been, but they're not going to follow your lead. You showed up in service of, as far as they were concerned, not as a model or example. Like, you're kind of a support system for them. And I think they are expecting that to be the norm, whereas you're like, that was just temporary. I want this to be about us, not about you supporting, or not about me supporting you dealing with everybody else. Like, I just wanted this sort of chaos management to be temporary, and it's kind of bled over into your own life, and that needs to get shut down. Because you've got your own people depending on you, you know, you and yours, and where has that gone? You know what I mean? Like, that, you need to get back to basics and rein some things in. And if you're waiting for them to make a choice, they're not going to. You're going to have to make the decision here. You're going to have to set up the boundaries for no contact or whatever you want to do, because they're not going to be able to sustain them. They want to be protected from someone else, but they don't want you to cast them out. They want access to all, and then to be able to pick and choose. And just for some of them, they kind of create more drama by not resolving or having any boundaries. They can be very stubborn, this person. They can be very stubborn, but not in the right way. Like stubborn in the sense, well, they're just not going to do anything. They're going to bury their head in the sand. But not in the sense that I'm going to erect some boundaries and stand my ground. And I trust that, you know, I'm strong enough to withstand this. What's this? 9 of Cups. Yay for the 9 of Cups for Capricorn. 9 of Cups. All right. Good. Okay, so 2 things. Could very well be that this is kind of what's kept you hanging on, is that it's just, this is a very compatible physical relationship. And for some of you, you might have tried to see it as that, well, we can still have this part of it. You can't. There's too much history here with this person. But this is also a return to stability for you. That if your inner Empress were to speak up and say, don't worry, she would be reminding you of who you are, in the sense that you can provide stability for yourself. You are unshaken at the core, but you do need to make some decisions and stick to them. You do need to erect some boundaries and stick to them in order to begin processing and moving through this. You are going to have to make a decision about this. It will not change. It is going to stay the same, and it's going to be up to you to enact change if you want to get your happiness and stability back. It's going to, because this is too much effort for one person for a relationship that has 2 people in it. So you, in order to get what you want, you're going to have to make slow and steady progress to get back to how things used to be with you, and make those decisions and put up those boundaries. This person now needs to not be on the inner circle anymore. You can't rely on them the way you want to, and they're relying on you too much, and it's costing you. All right, what else for Capricorn? What else for Capricorn? What else for Capricorn? That could be Taurus, by the way. The Temptress, seduction, deceit, and a broken promise. I think the broken promise, it fits here, because this is someone that keeps delaying you two, keeps delaying the promise and progress of you two. So I think that fits. I also think, again, that physical, there's a lot of passion here, not sustainable, like it's not consistent, but there's that fiery connection here. So this looks really great, and the promise of that being coupled with a stable relationship is like, man, if we could just get there, if we could just get there. You're not going to. And you've been thinking about cutting things off. You're not there yet. You're not ready to yet. It's going to have to happen in stages and be a methodical progression, because you've got quite the bond here. So it's going to be kind of, if you do decide anything hard and fast right now, you're not going to stick to it. It's going to have to be done in stages, and you're going to have to do it strategically, because this person knows how to push your buttons. They know how you like things and what you like, and they know what to say, not because they're bad or a jerk, but because you two have formed a real connection. So you're going to have to be very careful about how you start to disengage. They are not going to want that. They don't want you to have, especially for as fiery and connected as it was, they're not going to want to be cast out, or what they see as being rejected or cast out. They're going to be very sensitive to that, like why they don't have access like they used to have. So just saying, it's going to have to be a methodical process to get you back to where you are happy again. And this effort, very hard effort for very little reward, gets transmuted to consistent applied effort and being content and at peace and having things the way you want them. It's going to take action on your part. What else for? Oh, I did that one already. What am I doing? What else for Capricorn? What else for Capricorn? Capricorn. There's that strategery I was talking about, that you need to be strategic. There's something they're not telling you. There it is. This is somebody, this is a 7 of Swords. There's something going on that you don't know about. And I mentioned that earlier, and I'm glad that, not glad. It's apropos that this shows up, because you two are not on the up and up with each other. You, because you're starting to kind of try, you're going back and forth and thinking about, I need to phase this out. What do I need to do here? And they're not giving you the whole picture. Whatever it is, you don't know the whole of it. People are entitled to privacy. There's a difference between privacy and secrets. This is someone that's bordering on secretive versus being private about something. Private doesn't hurt anybody. Secrets do. This is somebody that's not telling you the whole picture, not for the sake of privacy, but for because they're still kind of deciding what they're going to do. And it very well could involve some kind of deal or negotiation, reconciliation, or something, some kind of agreement that you have not been made aware of. All right, what else for Capricorn? What else for Capricorn? Capricorn. What else for Capricorn? Empress, hi. Nice of you to join the conversation. And the 10 of Pentacles. So, here we go. This could be it's kind of veering into the codependent realm here. But it also could be that you need to get back to this state to where you are at peace and calm and can thrive in your own stability and your own, you're able to provide for you and yours, and you need to return to that. You need to nurture yourself and reinvest in your own stability and security for the rest of this year, because this relationship is not it. It's not going to give you what you need, which is this. You need to return to this state and providing this for yourself. Some decisions need to be made, and you've been thinking quite possibly about how to end this, or is there potential here? Yes, there's potential, but it's never getting off the ground. Why? Because someone's not making the decisions. It can't be all you all the time. They've got to meet you halfway, and they're not. And you might think that they can't, but part of it you will find, don't be surprised if you find that it is actually a choice, that they've been postponing things deliberately, putting things off deliberately, that they're not meeting you halfway out of choice, not because they just can't, because they're held prisoner by, well, so-and-so was not going to let me have the kids this weekend or such and such. Don't be surprised if there were some negotiations that they actually have been much more accommodating to another situation rather than you. Just saying. Good or bad, just saying. I hope this was helpful, Capricorn. Please be kind to yourself and put yourself, you and yours first here, because this person is doing that for them. And everybody should, but ideally you find common ground and you work towards that. This is someone who's not there. Okay, I hope to see you in the next reading. Love and support to you this year. You keep your head up. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.